Evacuees backing plans to honour the millions of children relocated during the war. Friends in their 80s who were evacuated during the war are embarking on a new campaign to raise money for a memorial for all evacuees.
Miss Barry Fletcher and Harry Spalding had never met but became pals when they were chosen by a couple in the village that they were sent to, and they're still firm friends. Mark Gough's been speaking to them about being evacuated and the new memorial.
We met in the village hall. We were both asked to stand up and go with this Mr. and Mrs. Davis down to their billet, and that was the first time I met Harry.
Barry and Harry were evacuees, tiny refugees from Birmingham who found themselves in a village in Worcestershire in 1939. We went back with them to that village, Feckenham, and to the house where they were taken in by a kindly family. How were you treated?
Very well, and I think, as far as we know, all the evacuees that came to this village were the same.
It was September the 1st, 1939, and 3.5 million children were evacuated from Britain's cities to the safety of the countryside. For Barry and Harry from Witton in Birmingham, it was the start of a friendship which has lasted more than 70 years.
I hadn't got a younger brother, he hadn't got an older brother,
and
we gelled pretty well.
They want a memorial here at the National Arboretum at Gough to remember those who were evacuated and the people who helped the evacuees.
I think the memorial is not only to the evacuees, it's to all those people who took part in the evacuation. The people who hosted us here, the train drivers, 3.5 million children moving on one day, mostly by train. The teachers who came with us.
When you're taken from your parents at 6, 7, 8 years old and older, it's quite a wrench. Oh, you were lonely, there's no doubt. I spent many a night in this room, in the house behind me, crying my eyes out at night with loneliness, but at the same time it was an adventure.
Who was the goody two-shoes and who was the troublemaker?
Well, I think we must have been troublemakers, because we started off at a billet down the road with two elderly people, Mr. and Mrs. Davis, and we were rejected from there by Christmas.
We'd warned them out.
And so I don't remember being naughty, but which 8-year-old would remember being naughty? I'm not sure, but we obviously were a bit too much for them. They were retired people, but you must remember these people didn't want children here. I mean, as kind as they were when they arrived, they didn't want you here. And certainly the local children didn't want you here.
Really?
Oh, yes.
So how did that manifest itself?
Oh, in a few fights. I've bent my knuckles on people's faces a little once or twice, and I'm sure they've had a go at mine.
But Harry and Barry are now regular visitors to Feckenham, giving talks at the school, and they and other evacuees from Witton donated this bench to the village. It's their own memorial. They're helping the Evacuees Reunion Association to raise the money needed for the National Memorial to honour the children of the war. Mark Gough in Worcestershire for Central Tonight.
Some very vivid memories there, isn't it, for Harry and Barry.
And I know the village very well, actually, the village of Feckenham, a wonderful village to be evacuated to, if you've got to be evacuated. But
yes, it looked very nice, didn't it? Well, we wish them